Yo, what's good? It's your boy Will. I'm back with another reaction video, man. We got what happened at UFC 257. Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. I know y'all seen that fight on Instagram, man. I know y'all seen the recap. I know y'all seen the knockout. You know, it's crazy. I mean, Conor McGregor was supposed to do way better than that, man. He was supposed to do way better than that. I thought he was going to win. I thought he was going to knock Dustin out. But, you know, I guess it didn't happen like that. He really didn't. To be honest, he really didn't get knocked out. He just punched him and he just fell. He really didn't get knocked out because he was still awake. But that's what they call a knockout. So, I guess. But we finna figure out what really happened. Let's get it.
Overall, UFC 257 featured a fantastic night of fights. Not only did we have the notorious Conor McGregor making his return as he faced Dustin Poirier in one of the most anticipated rematches in UFC history, we also had Bellator star Michael Chandler making his UFC debut against Dan the Hangman Hooker. Now that it's all wrapped up, we've decided to do a brief recap of UFC 257.
Conor's like a good 155 on a good day.
And take a look at the results of both the co-main and the main event. As always, if you guys enjoy this video, then please be sure to let me know by leaving a like and subscribing to our channel. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at what happened at UFC 257. First, we'll be taking a look at our co-main event, which featured UFC newcomer Michael Chandler taking on the number 6 ranked lightweight Dan the Hangman Hooker. Prior to the bout, Dan Hooker had gone 7-2 in his last 9 fights, and had cemented his place as one of the best fighters in the division. Unfortunately, a loss at the hands of Dustin Poirier in June of 2020 brought that momentum to a halt. Eager to get back in the win column, Dan Hooker decided to accept a fight with former Bellator champion Michael Chandler, who had long been hailed as one of the best fighters outside of the UFC. Prior to signing with the UFC, Chandler had fought exclusively for Bellator since 2010. Along the way, defeating former UFC champions like Ben Henderson and Eddie Alvarez. While Chandler had enjoyed plenty of success at Bellator, many onlookers were curious to see how he would fare in the world's leading MMA organisation. Well, Chandler passed his biggest test to date with flying colours and silenced many critics in the process. While the two engaged in a bit of a feeling out process in the opening moments of the fight, Chandler eventually found his opening when he connected with a big left hand that sent Hooker falling to the mat.
I told you he was a
Chandler
casual hooker.
Then proceeded to swarm Hooker with strikes until the referee waved it off,
earning
himself a very impressive first-round knockout. Now, with his first UFC win in the books, Chandler has made it clear that he's eyeing a match with either Dustin Poirier or Khabib Nurmagomedov. If Khabib does decide to stay retired, perhaps the UFC will make a fight between Michael Chandler and Dustin Poirier for the vacant lightweight title. Or perhaps we'll see him face another top lightweight like Charles Oliveira or Justin Gaethje. Either way, I'm sure we'll all be interested to see where this one goes from here. Next up on our list is of course the main event, which featured the former 2-division champion Conor McGregor making his return to face former interim champion Dustin Poirier. Prior to the bout, Conor McGregor was coming off of a sensational first-round knockout of Donald Cerrone, while Dustin Poirier had earned a hard-fought win over Dan Hooker in one of the best fights of the year. In the eyes of fans, the outcome of this fight would ultimately determine the next man in line to challenge for the lightweight belt. Of course, this wasn't the first time that these two had crossed paths inside the octagon, with Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor initially fighting back at UFC 178, where McGregor emerged the victor via a first-round TKO. That said, both fighters had drastically evolved since then, and as such, were eager to showcase these improvements at UFC 257. For Conor McGregor, this fight served as the perfect chance to earn a rematch with Khabib Nurmagomedov. For Dustin Poirier, this was his chance to avenge a career-altering loss, while also moving himself one step nearer to securing the undisputed belt. While many fans were expecting Conor McGregor to deliver on his promise of a first-round knockout, it was Dustin Poirier who shined bright with a stunning second-round TKO. Admittedly, Dustin Poirier had a bit...
Bro, he didn't even knock him out. He barely knocked him out. He punched him, and he fell. He was still awake. He was still awake. I hate people saying that he got knocked out. He was still awake. He barely knocked him out. Come on now.
To a rough start in the first round. However, Dustin weathered the storm and continued to land some solid kicks to McGregor's legs. As Poirier began to wear McGregor down in round 2, he eventually stunned him with a well-timed left hand and proceeded to swarm him with several vicious shots. Poirier then followed up with a flurry of punches until he sent McGregor crashing to the canvas. When it was all said and done, Poirier earned his revenge and became the first man in MMA history to knock out Conor McGregor. As for what's next, Dustin Poirier will most likely want a rematch with Khabib Nurmagomedov if he decides to come out of retirement. Or perhaps a fight with Michael Chandler would also be a good option. As for Conor McGregor, his future remains a bit unclear. Now that a rematch with Khabib Nurmagomedov is no longer an option, McGregor may be interested in a trilogy fight with either Dustin Poirier or Nate Diaz. It's also possible that McGregor might decide to take some time off, so only time will tell where he goes from here. Of course, feel free to let us know what you guys thought of the results in the comment section down below, and also let us know what matches you'd like to see next. So that concludes our brief recap of UFC 257. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to let me know by leaving a like and subscribing to our channel. Apart from that, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.
Shout out to all things MMA, man. I'm ready to see Conor against Jake Paul, man, because, you know, Jake Paul been talking. He been talking crazy. He been talking about Conor McGregor's wife and all that stuff. Putting all his money on the line. I want to see what Jake Paul is going to do, man. Because Jake Paul better not fold. He better not fold, because Conor McGregor is going to be there. He's going to be ready to knock him out. But we're going to see what's going to happen, man. I'm ready to see that fight, though. Because, you know, that's two good people. They're two good boxers. You know, I've never seen Jake Paul in a UFC match, though, like MMA. But I know he can box a little. But they need to do it into a MMA fight. I'm pretty sure it'll end up being an MMA fight. Because I doubt Conor will box again. But if they do it in MMA, Conor will probably knock him out. Conor needs to grow the hair back, man, because that was prime Conor. That was prime Conor, man. That was when he was getting knockouts every single match. And he needs the hair back, man. That's his prime. He needs his prime back, man. But yeah, I want to see him against Jake Paul. I want to see what's going to happen, man. Because, you know, they've been talking a lot of junk on both sides. Both sides. Conor been talking about he going to kill Jake Paul. Jake Paul talking about Conor McGregor's wife, man. Talking about putting all his money on the line, betting that he's going to win. I want to see what's going to happen, man. Because all that talk, somebody got to back it up, man. Somebody going to get smoked, and somebody got to back it up, man. But we going to see. It's been your boy Will. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Let me know in the comment section what type of videos y'all want to see. It's been your boy Will, and I'm out. Peace.